Chapter 25. The World Explaining. Third person POV. Here is a rough picture of how the Ensur world looks. However, this depiction is just a glimpse, as there is much more to it than what is shown. With that, Ciel began her explanation. What she explained to Rimuru was, before the creation of the Ensur world, there was an entity. The primordial consciousness, the first creation of void, also known as the will of the void, the true God. Vinava, created by the void itself. An omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient being. Tier 0, boundless. Note: he was an omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient being, but still not as strong as Rimuru, even in his avatar. He was complete, fully, with not a single piece missing from it, a flawless existence where all was one, and one was all. That time, he was the only thing present in the separated part of the void, and that part is separated by the void itself. After staying in the empty void for countless times, he eventually grew bored. To get rid of his boredom, he decided to create a world. Actually, there is no such thing as time and space inside the void or its divisions like the Ensur world and the fiction world. However, for the sake of clarity in writing and to avoid confusion, the author uses terms like countless times or that time. So, with the intention of getting rid of his boredom, Vinava started the grand construction of the world. First, at the beginning, he created time inside the Ensur world and spread space. He created space to occupy the creation in time, so that the creation could experience events subsequently. Only inside the Ensur world, because in some worlds of the fiction world, space and time are created by the void, or in some worlds, they are created by the beings in that world. After creating time and space, he gave names to the two sides of the Ensur world. The first side place is everythingness, and the second side place is nothingness. Anyone who goes beyond the place of everythingness will enter the fiction world. Similarly, anyone who goes beyond the place of nothingness will enter the void. However, it's impossible for anyone from the Ensur world and fiction world, except Rimuru and Ciel, because the void itself has separated these two worlds and the void from each other. He gave these names because he knew that one side of this place is the endless infinite void, but he didn't know what the other side was. Yet he had a feeling that there was something, although he didn't know what it was. Based on his thoughts, he bestowed these names. When Vinava started creating the world, he created two primary greater holy spirits. 1. The greater holy spirit of time. 2. The greater holy spirit of space. The role of the greater holy spirit of time is to govern the passage of time within the Ensur world. Unbound by any concept within the Ensur world, this spirit ranks only below Vinava and those superior to him. Conversely, the greater spirit of space is tasked with maintaining and overseeing the space within the Ensur world. Similar to his temporal counterpart, this spirit is also unbound by any concept within the Ensur world, ranking only below Vinava and those superior to him. These greater holy spirits reside on opposing sides of the Ensur world, each fulfilling their distinct roles in the cosmic order. Vinava also created two great spirits. These spirits embody opposing forces, serving as the true balancing essence of the world. Everything beneath them exists in opposition, establishing connections throughout existence. The great spirit of light embodies literal light, representing positivity, purity, and holiness. It serves as the source from which angels derive their true nature. Conversely, the great spirit of darkness embodies literal darkness, symbolizing negativity, emptiness, and demonic forces. Demons trace their origins back to this spirit, and it is responsible for the creation of the dark realm, known as the underworld or hell. Later, he created 5 natural great spirits who are inferior to the great spirits of light and darkness. These spirits govern only the natural aspects of existence and its conflicting relationships. They are the great spirit of earth, the great spirit of flame, the great spirit of water, the great spirit of wind, and the great spirit of space. The great spirit of earth governs the earth, which is essentially the foundation and terrain. Without this foundation, one wouldn't have a sense of direction or orientation. The earth acts as an index within space. The great spirit of flame presides over flames and the process of combustion. Flames are considered superior to mere fire, as they possess the power to consume and transform the earth. The great spirit of water governs motion and the water attribute. It has the ability to summon and create water, and water itself is known for extinguishing flames, showcasing its opposing nature. The great spirit of wind serves as the source of wind, which has the unique ability to cut through anything, even dimensions. The wind has the power to disperse water, illustrating its ability to overcome its opposing element. Lastly, the great spirit of space embodies space itself, serving to isolate anything within it. This isolation extends to the wind, effectively containing its cutting force. He created these spirits in such a way that they balance each other, like if one is weak against one spirit, then that spirit is strong against the other spirit, and in this way they cancel each other. He created these spirits in such a way that they balance each other out. If one spirit is weak against another, then that spirit is strong against another spirit, effectively canceling each other out. In the Ensur world, a spherical space known as the spiritual world exists. The spiritual world, often referred to as the spiritual realm, is incredibly vast. It contains the physical world within itself, and it lacks gravity and the concepts of sky and earth. Within this spiritual world, where the great spirit of darkness resides, one finds the underworld, void worlds, and chaos worlds. Conversely, in the area where the greater spirit of light resides, one finds heaven, promised lands, and dream worlds. The great spirit of light and the great spirit of darkness exist on opposite sides of each other, representing opposing forces within the spiritual world. The oval-shaped space inside the spiritual world is the material world, also known as the physical world, situated at the center of the Tensur world. Despite being within the spiritual world, they exist in different dimensions from one another. When Vinava created the world, he separated each world in space, such as the spiritual world and the material world, into dimensional layers. These dimensional layers are constructed from null energy, the second strongest energy in existence. Only select individuals, like milf, Velzard, Velgrynd, and Velgrynd, possess the ability to damage or destroy these dimensional layers. Additionally, there are a few more selective individuals who share this capability. There is also a semi-spiritual material world, a realm possessing properties of both the physical and spiritual worlds. This unique environment allows for the existence of mystic entities, which are bound by physical rules. Furthermore, Vinava created separate infinite dimensions that are disconnected from other dimensions and the material world. Examples include the Star King Palace, also known as the Place of Beginnings, the Outer Rim, also known as the Labyrinth, and the dimension where he imprisoned the world-destroying dragon, Velzard. The Star King Palace, also known as the Place of Beginnings, is a dimension that existed right before all worlds came into existence. It is isolated yet connected to all worlds. The Outer Rim, also known as the Labyrinth, represents the figurative exit of all worlds, serving as the edge of existence. It can also be considered the endpoint of the Tensur world. Note: it is not Ramras's labyrinth, but Ramras's labyrinth skill is based on the concept of this dimension. There is also a dimension known as the beginning and end of the world. However, don't be confused, it does not signify the actual beginning and end. Rather, these are mere doorways providing access to multiple dimensions simultaneously, specifically pertaining to the spatial aspect. Another notable dimension is the spirit realm, or the spirit world. Situated within the spiritual world but separated by a dimensional layer, this realm is home to all spirits, which are essentially weaker versions of the original 5 natural spirits. These spirits are living beings that are born and evolve over time. Furthermore, there exists a gateway within this dimension, through which spirits residing in the spiritual world can traverse into the material world. This gateway is linked to the Spirit Queen, who possesses the ability to create a pathway between the spirit world and the material world, also known as the dwelling of spirits. Typically, this gateway is connected to the Spirit Queen's intrinsic skill small world, wherein she creates a separate space or dimension, and opens the gate between the spirit world and the material world. Afterward, Vinava created an infinite number of omniverses in the material world. Each omniverse contains an infinite number of multiverses, and within each multiverse are an infinite number of universes. Furthermore, an infinite number of dimensional layers exists between each omniverse, resulting in an infinite number of omniverses. Despite being an oval-shaped structure, the Tensur world possesses infinite space due to its connection to the void. The void itself is infinite, and even though the Tensur world constitutes only a fraction of the void such as 0.0001%, it still retains an infinite size. Therefore, the Tensur world, being a part of the infinite void, contains infinite space within its closed-type shape, even if it is just a fraction of the void. It is because a part of the infinite space is also infinite in size. Infinite size cannot be measured, and even if we take only a fraction of that infinite size, we can't measure it because it remains infinite in size. It's like having infinite space and attempting to measure a portion of that space, which is inherently impossible. For example, if we were to take 0.1% of the infinite size, then multiplying that space by 1000 times would supposedly provide a measure of the infinite space. However, this concept is impossible because infinity cannot be quantified or measured. And if measuring were possible, then we could no longer claim that the space is infinite, because if we can measure it, it implies that it is a finite or limited space. In other words, it is impossible to measure even a fraction of infinite space, because any fraction of infinite space is also infinite in size. That's why even if the Tensur world is only a fraction of the void, it is still infinite in size, because the void itself is infinite. Also, there are different realities within each omniverse. In the material world, there are an infinite number of omniverses, and each omniverse has different timelines. Furthermore, each omniverse's timelines branch into different parallel omniverses, and each of these parallel omniverses has its own set of timelines. In essence, there are an infinite number of omniverses in the material world, each containing an infinite number of timelines. Additionally, within each timeline, there exists an infinite number of parallel omniverses, each with its own unique set of timelines. Moreover, within a single omniverse, there are also infinite multiverses, each with its own array of timelines. These timelines within a multiverse are also different from each other, and each multiverse has different parallel versions, each with its own unique set of timelines. So, we can say that there are infinite omniverses in the material world, and each omniverse has its own infinite number of timelines. Additionally, each omniverse of each timeline has its own different parallel omniverses, and each of these parallel omniverses has its own infinite number of timelines. If we look into one omniverse, we can observe that it contains an infinite number of multiverses. Similarly, each multiverse within an omniverse has an infinite number of timelines, and each multiverse of each timeline has an infinite number of parallel multiverses. Each of these parallel multiverses also has its own infinite number of timelines. The same principle applies to each multiverse, where each multiverse contains an infinite number of universes. Furthermore, each universe within a multiverse has an infinite number of timelines, and each universe in each timeline has an infinite number of different parallel universes. Each of these parallel universes also has its own infinite number of timelines. Vinava entrusted the responsibility of overseeing all timelines and time within the Tensur world to the greater Holy Spirit of Time. This divine entity ensures the coherence and progression of time across the vast expanse of the Tensur world. Additionally, the greater Holy Spirit of Time maintains order and balance amidst the intricate web of infinite timelines that shape the world's history and future. Conversely, the greater Holy Spirit of Space undertakes the crucial task of managing the dimensions within the Tensur world. This encompasses not only the physical dimensions, but also the metaphysical boundaries that define the structure of omniverses, multiverses, and universes. By overseeing the spatial fabric of the Tensur world, this divine entity ensures the harmonious existence of all beings and phenomena within its confines. After this, at the core center of the Tensur world, Vinava created the cardinal world, a world distinct from the infinite omniverses, multiverses, universes, and all other infinite dimensions that permeate existence. He established the cardinal world as a sanctuary, a vantage point from which he could observe his creation without directly intervening. This separation was deliberate, as Vinava chose to maintain a distance and oversee his creation from afar. Positioned at the center of the Tensur world, the cardinal world serves as a focal point, distinct from the multitude of other worlds that extend beyond its boundaries. These other worlds, which are outside of the cardinal world, are referred to as the outer world. The cardinal world, located at the core of the Tensur world, is much bigger than the multiverses in the omniverse, and nearly as large as the entire omniverse itself. This means that the galaxies inside the cardinal world are larger than the universes in the outer world, and the planets within the cardinal world are bigger than the galaxies in the outer world. After creating the world, Vinava established a system to govern everything within the Tensur world. This system, known as the voice of the world, is not bound by any constraints within the Tensur world, and ranks only below Vinava and those superior to him. The voice of the world serves as the sentient embodiment of the world's laws, possessing near-omniscient knowledge of all its laws and regulations. This knowledge is vast, likely infinite, encompassing the intricacies of the world's workings. Remarkably, the voice of the world extends beyond the confines of the Tensur world, permeating even material worlds devoid of magic, such as Earth, and isolated dimensions like the infinity prison or the labyrinth. This system operates on an infinite cycle of time, and those who hear the world language can understand its meaning, as if it were spoken in their native tongue. It is a near-omniscient system that knows whenever someone's desires are in utter desperation. Not bound by time or space, the voice of the world acts freely, regulating everything within the Tensur world. Despite having its own will, it lacks an ego, resembling the void in its awareness of existence without attachment. Because it possesses its own will, the voice of the world acknowledges Vinava as its creator and master. However, recognizing Rimuru's superiority over Vinava, the system also acknowledges Rimuru as a superior being. As the ultimate regulating force, the voice of the world oversees everything within the Tensur world, from the cycle of reincarnation to the laws governing all aspects of existence. Its influence spans the entirety of the Tensur world. Note: I'm not familiar with how to scale the cosmology of worlds. So, if anyone knows how to scale the cosmology of worlds, please inform me about the scale of the Tensur world in my story. Additionally, if possible, please indicate the tier of the voice of the world in my story. But after creating the Tensur world, Vinava realized that being omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient made life dull. Being omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient meant being everywhere, the strongest, and knowing everything in all creation, which grew boring. After some contemplation, he decided to give up his omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence. He then incarnated himself in the form of a dragon, retaining all his memories. Thus, the first true dragon was born, and he was the will of God, the holy will of nature. The Star King Dragon. Vinava. Tier. High 1A 1A. After incarnating into a true dragon, Vinava, rather than being the creator of the world, became a part of the creation itself. Despite relinquishing his omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence, Veldanava retained his position as the strongest individual in the entire Tensur world, and stayed at the pinnacle of the world for a long period of time. However, his reign at the pinnacle came to an end with the emergence of Rimuru, who surpassed him and ascended to become the strongest being in existence. Even in his weakened state as the true dragon, where he has relinquished his omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence, Veldanava still possesses immense power. He was able to destroy more than half of the Tensur world without encountering significant obstacles. If he were to unleash his full power, he could potentially destroy the entirety of the Tensur world. Above all stands the will of Void, the true god. Veldanava, also known as Prime Veldanava. Beyond him in power are Rimuru and Ciel. Even the cloner avatar of Rimuru and Ciel surpasses the will of Void, the true god. Veldanava, Prime, and all beings from the fiction world. And when Rimuru is in his true body, his mere presence alone can obliterate not only the Tensur world, but also the fiction world, which is even larger and more complex, being directly created by the Void itself. The fiction world is hundreds, if not thousands, of times more intricate than the Tensur world. Furthermore, if Rimuru so desires, at his will, he has the power to simultaneously destroy and recreate both the Tensur world and the fiction world. Rimuru Pav. After hearing about how he created the world and everything, my respect for Veldanava only increased. This guy, even after relinquishing all of his power, remains strong enough that if he were to unleash his full power without holding anything back, he could potentially destroy almost all of the Tensur world. Truly, he embodies the true definition of a god. However, it's worth noting that while Veldanava's actions showcase his power, they also raise questions about the nature of divinity, and the responsibilities that come with it. His decision to relinquish his power prompts reflection on the concept of godhood, and its implications for the world he created. As I reflect on these thoughts, I realize that there is much more to Veldanava's story than meets the eye. His actions and choices offer insights into the complexities of divine beings, and their interactions with the world they inhabit. But I suppose it's time to go back. Alright, now that everything's done, let's head back. Master, there's a problem. We can't return. Now what? It's because of your immense strength, Master. Only the Void can withstand the presence of Master, and if Master were to enter existence, it would turn into nothingness just by being in his presence. This isn't a small problem, it's a big one. How am I going back? No need to worry, Master. If we use our weakest avatar or clone, we can shift our consciousness into it, leaving our main true body in our imaginary space. That way, we can enter existence without any worries. That should do it. Is there anything else? Yes, Master. Even our weakest avatar or clone will be stronger than anyone else in existence. That's not an issue. As long as we can return without affecting other worlds, everything will be fine. So, create a cloner avatar of me and shift our consciousness into it. Understood. Creating the weakest cloner avatar of Master and me and shifting our consciousness into it is done. Storing the main true body in imaginary space was successful. Now I feel weaker, a lot weaker than before. I think now I don't even have a fraction of my power compared to when I was in my true body, but still, I am stronger than everyone in existence. They are all nothing compared to my power. Hahaha. These pathetic insects should bow before me, hahaha. But still, it was shocking to learn the truth about existence. Who could have thought that existence would be this fast? Let's see how strong my avatar clone is anyway. Ciel, run an appraisal on me. Also, for the time being, seal my omnipotence, and later, when the appraisal is done, unseal it. Also, I know that even after becoming an omnipotent being, I didn't need skills or whether they were far too weak for me to use. Could you just upgrade my previous ultimate skills, Azathathan Shub Nigurath, and show me or tell me about them? Also, make replicas of our original swords too. Understood. From now on, the story continues from chapter 17. The Supreme Deity. In that chapter, after Rimuru saw his stats and returned. Flashback end. Well, who could have thought that existence would be this fast, yet just a fraction of the Void? Master, this person is from the Tensur world. What should we do about it? Bring them here. Life has been rather dull lately, and this could be interesting. Understood. As I stood outside my house, just as I instructed Ciel to bring that person here, a woman appeared. Sensei, is it you? The person asked. Chapter 26. My unknown student. From the previous chapter. Well, who could have thought that existence would be this fast, yet just a fraction of the Void? Master, this person is from the Tensur world. What should we do about it? Bring them here. Life has been rather dull lately, and this could be interesting. Understood. As I stood outside my house, just as I instructed Ciel to bring that person here, a woman appeared. Sensei, is it you? The person asked. Continuation, Rimuru Pav. This will be interesting. So, this person is a woman, huh? Well, she does look strong for a normal human. No, she is a divine human, meaning she has evolved into a true hero. But still, she seems pretty strong for a true hero, almost as strong as current Rudra with Michiel, but still, with Uriel, he would have defeated her without much problem. And why does she have two souls within her? Can you please explain, Ciel? Yes, Master. The individual in front of us comes from another timeline. As for her two souls, it would be best if you found that out for yourself. This will be pretty interesting. Well, you are right. It will be interesting to uncover this on my own. And I have a feeling that you are behind all of this, am I correct? Perhaps. But you also desired some entertainment in your life, didn't you, Master? That's why I altered some things and made our future interesting. No more spoilers for you. Yes, ma'am. Oh, it seems she's finally going to say something. Sensei, is it you? The person asked me. Whoa, what is she saying? What does she mean by sensei? Could it be that she is a student of my other variant from a different timeline? But that would be impossible because I am an omnipresent being, so it is impossible for me to have any variant in any timeline. Omnipresence means being everywhere at the same time and nowhere simultaneously. Thus, the concept of variants, or alternate versions of oneself, is inconceivable. So what is going on here? It's not nice to ask about someone before introducing ourselves, so please, can you tell me who you are? I asked her. Well, I need to know who she is first. Because even though I can't see her because of her mask, I am getting the feeling that now she is on the verge of crying. Tell me your name and who you are. She asked me again, but this time with some coldness in it. It feels like she is now a completely different person. I don't think telling her my name will be a problem. Fine, if you want to know that much about me, then let me introduce myself. I am the king of all existence, I am the chaos creator, and I am the embodiment of nothingness. The ruler of void. Rimuru-tempest. I introduced myself while spreading my draconic wings. Pav. I was just about to help Sensei, but that Feldway guy killed him. If only I had been a little earlier, I could have saved Sensei. But no matter what, I will save Sensei. I just need to go back in time and start from the beginning again, and this time I will save Sensei. It seems that Hinata-ni has also died. I should take her soul too. This way, everything will go as it did before. Okay, now let's go back. I will save you this time, Sensei. Why isn't anything happening? Why isn't it working? How is this possible? I have the ultimate skill, so why isn't it working? Is someone blocking me? Finally, it worked. Where am I? I was planning to come back to Luminous's country. Why am I in the forest? What happened? Where am I? It feels the same as when I was inside Chloe's body. Chloe, are you there? Hinata. Oh, it seems Hinata-ni is awake now. Yes, Hinata-ni, it's me. We have come back in time again. That bastard Feldway killed Sensei, so I was going to come back again, but I saw that you were killed too. So, I took your soul with me, and now here we are in the past, but it seems there is some problem. Chloe. I see, so I really got killed, and Rimuru too. And what problem is it? Hinata. I was aiming to come near Luminous's country, but when I was coming back, I was stopped by someone. Chloe. Wait, what do you mean be stopped by someone? How can someone stop you? And if someone stops you, then how are we here? Hinata. I don't know that either, Hinata-ni. But then it worked later, but instead of arriving near Luminous's country, we arrived here in the forest. Chloe. That's strange. If I remember correctly, when we did this before, something like this never happened. Hinata. Yeah, you are right, something like this never happened before. I think someone is behind this. Let's see if we can find someone. Chloe. Yeah. Hinata. After talking with Hinata-ni, I turned around, and there I saw a man who appeared to be around 20 or 22 years old. He exactly looks like Sensei, but with more silvery colored hair and a little more masculine face and body. And the strangest thing is that I can't even sense his presence. It's like he doesn't have a presence at all. If I hadn't turned around, then I never would have found out that someone was standing behind me all this time. It's like he doesn't exist until you find him out. But only Sensei can do this, and even for him to do this, he needs his mask. Then how is he hiding his presence? Hinata-ni, why is Sensei here? Chloe. Don't panic, Chloe. We still don't know if the person in front of us is Rimuru or someone else. So, calm down. Hinata. Yes, you're right, Hinata-ni. We need to find out who he is first. Chloe. Yeah. You should ask him. Hinata. Okay. Chloe. Sensei, is it you? I asked the person in front of me. What are you doing, Chloe? If you ask like that, then no stranger will answer you. Hinata. Well, he might be Sensei, so that's why I asked him like this. Chloe. It seems like he is going to say something. You should focus on him first. Hinata. Okay. Chloe. It's not nice to ask about someone before introducing ourselves, so please, can you tell me who you are? He asked me. See, I told you that he wouldn't answer you. Hinata. Yeah, but he is right in a way because we are questioning him about himself without telling him about ourselves, so, Chloe. Let me ask him, I will make him speak. Hinata. Wait, Chronoa is saying that she wants to ask him. Chloe. No? Both of you are in love with him, so I don't believe that you will be able to ask him sternly. Let me take care of this. Hinata. You don't have to say it like that, fine, this time you win. Chloe. Tell me your name and who you are. Hinata asked the person in front of us. You don't have to talk in this way, Hinata. Chloe. Shut up. You still don't know how to talk with people yet. And it seems like he is going to tell us. Hinata. Fine, if you want to know me that much, then let me introduce myself. I am the Chaos Creator, I am the King of all existence, I am the embodiment of nothingness. The ruler of void. Rimuru-tempest Sensei introduced himself. See, it's Sensei, I knew it, he is here, Chloe. Yeah, I can see that. But how's he here, and how does he have those draconic wings? Hinata. I don't care about that, it's Sensei, and he is here and alive, that is all, Chloe. Now tell me, Sensei was going to continue, but... Sensei. Rimuru Pav. Well, tell me, Ciel, how was I? Didn't I look cool? Hi, Master, you look cool. Why did you sound so unimpressed? It's because you are acting more and more childish as time passes. No, I am not. I am always like this. There. You're not my mom, you know. Yes, I know I am not your mom, instead, I am your wife. And as your wife, it's my duty to lighten your mood whenever Master is upset. Do you really like to poke fun at me? It's just your imagination. I am just going to ignore it. And it seems she finally finished talking with the other soul that is inside her. Now tell me, I was going to ask her about herself, but she cut me off. Sensei, she removed her mask, and before I could even blink, she hugged me while saying some incoherent words. Ciel, what is going on? No spoilers, Master. You are fine, I'll see this for myself. Hey, who are you? And what is going on here? I asked her. Sensei, you are alive, I am so happy. Sensei, she is just saying that, ignoring me, and still crying. Rimuru-san, thank God you are okay, now she is calling me by my name. I think she had multiple personalities, like some characters in movies that I saw. What is wrong with her? I think, for the time being, I should just comfort her, she seems to be in a mess. No, Master, she doesn't have multiple personalities. Ho, now you are going to talk. I was just correcting, Master. Humph. Hi. Could you please tell me why she is talking to 2 or 3 different people? I can sense that she had someone else's soul with her, but what about the other one? What is that? Fine. For this once, I'll tell you. She had a Monas with her. What do you mean by Monas? It's like you before your evolution. Yes, it's like me, a Monas, but it's not born from an ultimate skill. Elaborate. She is a split personality of her host, which has more negative emotions and memories of its host, and later on, it gained its own ego by getting a name, and later on, evolved into a Monas by a mysterious person's involvement. I see. Thanks for the information. And I think you know who this mysterious person is too. Maybe. It's been almost an hour since she started crying, and now she seems somewhat calmed down. Note. Hinata several times tried to take control of the body from Chloe and Chronoa to separate herself from Rimuru, but Chloe and Chronoa didn't let her do it. Now I should ask her about herself. Now that you have calmed down a little, could you tell me about yourself? I asked her. Well, how could Sensei forget about me? And how are you alive? How did you come here back in the past, and how did you escape from Feldway? She asked me instead of answering my questions. And what is she saying about Feldway? Why would I fight him? Too many questions. Well, actually, I don't know what you are talking about, and I didn't travel back in time, I belong to this timeline. I answered her back. How is that possible? I can clearly see that you are the same as Sensei, but she seems confused. Ciel, tell me how this is possible. How are there my variants exist? Didn't I say that I am an omnipresent being, so it should be impossible for me to have any variants in any timeline. It's because Master said to me that Master is getting bored of his daily uneventful life, and Master wants something interesting in his life. So I altered reality a little and made it like before, like if Master didn't wish to be a primordial demon and reincarnated as a normal slime, then what should have happened? That's why there are Master's variants. Also, because we are omnipresent beings, our other variants are weaker than us, and they should have been. I see now that everything makes sense to me. But how should I tell her about this? How should I explain everything to her? Don't worry, Master. Master can tell them about ourselves and later tell them that because Master is an omnipresent being, there are no variants of Master. And here, the Master's life is also becoming boring, so in order to make the Master's life interesting, the Master altered reality. Will it be good to tell them the truth? Don't worry, Master, it will be fine, and it will also be more convenient than telling a lie. If you say so. Well, you see, I am not the Rimuru that you know. I am a different Rimuru. I said to her. What do you mean? She asked me in confusion. I'll tell you about that later, but first, tell me, why do you have someone else's soul with you? I asked her because, right now, I am more interested in this subject than anything else. Ah, about that she said that and stopped. I am Hinata Sakaguchi. And as for your question, I am here because of you. She said, accusing me. What is she saying? Listen, woman. First thing, I only know your name, and second thing, I don't know anything about you, and I am not the person that you know, so don't accuse me. And even if I did know, I couldn't care less about you. I said to her. Actually, this second woman, Hinata Sakaguchi, seems like a person who will take decisions based on her emotions. And I couldn't care less about her. I am getting the feeling that I need to act rough with her, or else she will try to boss me and do whatever she wants with me. And I don't like someone bossing over me, excluding Ciel. Sensei, don't be mean to Hinata-ni. Now her expressions are changed, and she is acting like a spoiled child. Now, could you tell me who you are? And the mon is that is with you? I asked this spoiled childlike woman. Ah, this is so confusing. Well, how did you know about it? Now this Hinata lady asked. This is becoming more and more confusing. Don't ask Hinata-ni, even though he is saying that he is not the sensei that we knew, but still, he is sensei after all. Again, this spoiled child said. And did she sound confusing to only me? I am Chloe Albert, and about Manas now this Chloe said and stopped. I am Chrono, Manas. Chrono said. And now her expressions are more sharpened, and she looks more mature too. She looks like she is ready to go into battle at any moment. Now I can make a difference in them. The spoiled childlike is Chloe, the main owner of the body, that tsundere and bossy type is Hinata, and the mature lady is Manas. Chrono. But still, talking with them when they are in the same body is confusing. Should I make a body for this Hinata lady? Yeah, this will make talking with them easy. Hey, Hinata, do you want your own body? I mean, talking with all of you when all of you are in the same body is confusing. I asked her. You can do that. Instead of answering me, she questioned me. Yes, I can do that. Now, tell me, do you want your own body? I asked her again. Yes, in this way I wouldn't be attached to you when Chloe tries to hug you, and if possible, please can you be able to make it like my previous body? She asked me. What is she asking me like this? Who am I, her servant or something? I am starting to dislike her. Fine, I'll do that, but don't try to order me around. I am not your subordinate or anything like that. I told her. I accepted her request because, in this way, she owes me a favor, and in return for this favor, I can take all the information from her. Ciel, do you know about her previous body? Like, how is it, how strong is it, or is there any skull that was engraved on her soul? Yes, master. I know about it. Her body was not that strong, but she was the bearer of a hero's egg. Okay, then, you create her body exactly like before and give her all of her previous skills. Also, give her a hero's egg. Well, I'll take her soul from Chloe's body. Understood. Okay then, stay still. As I said, I approached Chloe and took Hinata's soul from Chloe's body. While I was doing that, Ciel made a body. It's a Japanese woman's body, and a beautiful one. She's my type, but because of her personality, I don't like her that much. Well, now Ciel has made her body, and the good thing is that she also put some clothes on it. Now the only thing left is putting her soul into the body. Now that that is done, she should wake up. As I was thinking, Hinata woke up in her new body and analyzed it. She seemed satisfied with the new body. Thank you for this. I owe you one, she said while bowing. Well, she does have some manners after all. Well, now everything is done. Could you please tell me about yourself and why you came here, and after you, I will tell you about myself. I said to them. I think I am starting to become impatient. Well, about that Chloe was going to start her explanation, but I stopped her. Hey, why don't we go inside first? I think it will take some time for our talk, I told them. I invited them inside. Yeah, I want to see Sensei's house, Chloe said in her childish voice. Okay then, follow me, I said, and I started to go inside. Diablo. I called Diablo. Yes, my lord. Before even a second could pass, he appeared in front of me and bowed. Actually, in the beginning, he was always kneeling in front of me, but I told him to stop it and only kneel when it was needed. Prepare some tea and snacks for our guest, I ordered him. Understood, my lord. He bowed once again and left. Wait, did you already summon a primordial? Hinata suddenly shouted. Now what? Do you have any problems with it? I asked her because now she is starting to irritate me. Yes, you are completely messing up with the timeline. She shouted back at me. Listen, woman, I don't care about the timeline or anything. I will do as I please, so shut your damn mouth or else I might kill you. I said to her while I released only a tiny amount of my ore, which was equal to Velgrynd, and now she is on the ground kneeling. And about the destruction that my ore will cause, well, Ciel has already taken care of that stuff. Rimuru-san, please calm down, and Hinata, you also close your mouth because the existence of Rimuru-san has already changed the timeline pretty much, Chrono said, taking control over Chloe's body, and trying to take the situation under control. Only for this once, I'll stop, but if she goes against me again, then I'll teach her a good lesson, I said while erasing my ore. Sorry about that, Hinata said, standing up again. Fine. I was going to say more to her, but one idiot decided to intervene. Brother, what happened? I just sensed your aura Velzard came towards me. It's nothing, buddy. It's just a slip-up. There is nothing to worry about, I lied to him. It's the first time something like this happened, but who are they? Velzard said this while analyzing Chloe and Hinata. They're my guests, and we are going to have some important talk, so don't disturb us, I said to him, because if he tags along, then he will probably just ask some nonsense questions. I'll tell him everything later. Okay, if you say so. Then I'll return to my room. Hahaha. He returned while laughing like his usual self. I am not going to ask anything about this. Both of them said it in sync. Okay, so now start your part of the story, I told them as we were sitting on chairs. I sat opposite them, and they were in front of me. About our story Chloe began to explain to me, with Chronoa chiming in from time to time. They told me that in their timeline, I was reincarnated as a slime. Well, it is true. Velda also told me when I once asked him that if I didn't wish to be reincarnated as a primordial demon, then I was supposed to reincarnate as a slime. They explained that after reincarnating, I met Velzard and became friends with him. Later, I became the leader of the goblin village, went to Dworgen, and after that, I met a human named Shizue. Some events later, she died, and then I ate her, transforming into human form by mimicking her. After some events, I became the ruler of the entire Jura forest. Later, I became a demon lord, and after that, I went to war with that blondie. In that war, the blondie took control over Velzard by using Ciel, and to free Velzard, I fought both Velzard and Velgrynd, winning too. But in that process, I evolved into a true dragon. They didn't tell me, but I am sure that in that fight, Raphael must have evolved into Ciel. After some events, we had a war with angels, the Great Temnu War, and at some point in that fight, I confronted their leader, Feldway, and he killed me. At that time, they both came back in time to repeat their part of the story, and try to save me from this timeline. Note. They told Rimuru the LN's story up to volume 19, but only highlighted major events, and also recounted Chloe's entire backstory as told in the LN. Really, even though I've never met Chloe before, I'm already starting to feel a bond with her. I see. Your story makes sense, I said to them after hearing their part of the story. I think Rimuru-sen also knows that there are multiple timelines, and Rimuru-sen also seems to be as strong as a true dragon, Chronoa said. She's sharp and quick to catch on to things, as expected of Amonis. Yes, I know there are multiple timelines, and I know a lot more than anyone. But you're wrong about me being as strong as a true dragon. I am not as strong as a true dragon, I corrected them. I didn't reveal my true strength because I wanted to see their reaction after knowing the truth. Now that we've talked about us, why don't you tell us about yourself? It was Hinata who asked this time. Okay, actually, I was also supposed to reincarnate as a slime in this timeline, but I began to explain, but then some idiot woman decided to interrupt me. But what? Tell us, Hinata said, interrupting me. Seriously, now I'm starting to hate her. Chapter 27. A Talk with Time Traveler. From the previous chapter. Okay, actually, I was also supposed to reincarnate as a slime in this timeline, but I began to explain, but then some idiot woman decided to interrupt me. But what? Tell us, Hinata said, interrupting me. Seriously, now I'm starting to hate her. Continue Rimuru-pov. Rimuru-san was about to continue, Hinata. It's you who's interrupting him. Please refrain from speaking until he finishes, Chronoa interjected before I could say anything. I think she sensed my growing irritation. I'm beginning to develop a liking for both Chronoa and Chloe. You can continue, sensei. Chloe said to me. Alright, so when I was dying in my previous life, I wished to become a primordial demon. That's why the voice of the world sent my soul back in time. Later, after arriving here, I discovered my skills and began to live my life. About 400 years later, after reincarnating here, I met Guy and Diablo. We fought, and in that battle, I evolved into a demon peer and emerged victorious, unfortunately killing Guy in the process. After that incident, not much happened for almost 1400 years. I was summoned a few times and, as per contract, killed some humans, absorbing their souls along with some useful skills. Then, 1400 years later, I was summoned again, and a year later, I met Velzard. Due to some circumstances, we became friends and gave each other names. After receiving a name, I evolved into a true demon lord. Another year later, due to various events and circumstances, including the fault of an idiot, I encountered Velzard and Velgrynd and fought them. After a destructive battle, I emerged victorious. Following that, I returned to the underworld, where not much happened for at least 2200 years. During that time, I battled other primordials and occasionally visited the material world. However, 2200 years later, I was summoned by Vinava. After our summoning, we conversed briefly before engaging in our usual battle, which ended up destroying almost half of the cardinal world. In the midst of that fight, I evolved into a true dragon and emerged victorious. Afterward, all true dragons spent some time together, and a week later, I married my wife, Ciel. I was about to continue my story when a loud shout interrupted me. What? Sensei is married how? When? Why? I was supposed to marry Sensei. I love him more than anyone, Chloe exclaimed in a loud and disheartened voice, looking toward me accusingly. We'll talk about this later, I said to her, though I'm not sure why. You better, she retorted. Yes, ma'am. My body responded automatically. Women truly are terrifying. You can continue now, Chloe said in a stern yet calm voice. Right after marriage, I asked Velda to use a spell on me that would send me to the end of space-time. Initially, he disagreed, but after some discussion, he acquiesced and cast the spell. Once he cast it, I was transported to the end of space-time, entering the void. My body began absorbing the healthy energy from the void, eventually becoming the source of both the healthy energy and the void itself. One could say that the void is now part of me. Through this process, I became the strongest being in existence, attaining true omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. I finished speaking, waiting for their reaction. Well, what they shouted simultaneously. It's quite amusing to see their expressions. I wonder how other demon lords would react to me. I'll think about that later. For now, I'll focus on my story. Don't yell so loudly, it's not a big deal, I said, feigning ignorance to Chloe's outburst. After returning from the end of space-time, I sealed my omnipresence and omniscience, because it's no fun if I know everything beforehand. Following that, for more than 20 to 30 trillion years, all of us true dragons stayed together. Later, events unfolded, as you know, up until Milm's rampage. Upon Milm's rampage, Vildor and I went to assist Guy and the others in stopping her. In doing so, we formed a Demon Lord Council comprised of myself, Guy, Milm, and Ramrus, calling ourselves the Four Ancient Catastrophes. The only difference between the timeline you came from and this one is that Milm is stronger in this timeline, and Vildor is as strong as Milm. Additionally, other true dragons and primordial demons are much stronger than before. After that, everything proceeded as you know it. The only significant change is that Dino and I are friends, and he will not betray me. That's the gist of it. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. I pause, recalling another detail I needed to share. The thing is, because I am an omnipresent being, it is impossible for me to have any variant in any timeline. And since my life was becoming dull, Ciel, altered reality to make things more interesting with my variants in other timelines, I concluded, offering an explanation for the altered reality. Why did you do that? Chloe inquired, while Hinata appeared lost in thought. What exactly do you mean? I asked, seeking clarification. I mean, why did you alter reality? Was it necessary? Chloe pressed further. Well, you see, I was bored and had nothing to do. So, in order to make my life more interesting, Ciel, made the adjustments, I confess truthfully. Well, now we can't change that. So, what should we do about the future, considering the timeline has already changed? Hinata questioned herself after pondering her thoughts. If I hadn't been reincarnated as a primordial demon, then most likely I would have followed the path of my other variants. In other words, I would have created my own nation and recruited the same individuals as my subordinates, just as she described. It seems I made their lives happy and peaceful, by establishing a nation where monsters and humans could coexist peacefully. Now that I am a primordial demon, it's likely I didn't even consider creating my own nation, let alone recruiting those monsters. But now that I think about it, I feel responsible for their happiness in this timeline too, and I want to take them as my subordinates. If I hadn't created my own nation where monsters could live in peace, they wouldn't have been able to live happily and peacefully. Also, it would be interesting to act as the king of a powerful nation. This is the perfect opportunity. But in order to do that, I need to know about them and how I met them. Oh, there's no need to worry about that. Hey, could you give me the memories of that variant? Include only important ones, like when I met my top subordinates and important people, as well as the times when I made significant decisions. This way, I can establish the exact same country as my other variant. Okay, master. Just this once, I'll share the information. Ciel said that, and a bunch of information came into my mind. I see, so that's how it is. So the starting point is Vildor, and everything begins after his disappearance. It's a very interesting journey. I like it. As for this Sonata, I'm starting to hate her more. Because after receiving important information, I understand that a reckless attack prevented me from reaching Tempest, resulting in the deaths of Xian and others. But still, I don't get it. Why does my other self seem so naive, trusting humans so easily and letting her and that vampire, Luminous, go so easily? He's too naive to think like that. In this world, if you want to survive, you have to become strong. Because the primal law of this world is survival of the fittest, meaning the strong survive and the weak perish. Master, you are forgetting that your other variant has just arrived in the new world, and he also doesn't know about this world that much. Also, he was not confident in his skills, and he underestimated himself, overestimating his enemies every time, and that's why he let them go. Yeah, you were right. Now that I think about it, if I also, after coming to this world in only 2 years, met someone like Luminous and Hinata, then I would probably underestimate myself too and let them go, trying to make an alliance with them instead of fighting them. But if something like that happens in this timeline, then I'll show no mercy to anyone. It doesn't matter who the person is, I'll crush them mercilessly and make them suffer for eternity. Yes, Master, we don't need to fear anyone because we can do whatever we want. Yes. Now I should tell them about my plans. Well, I have some plans, but first, I would like to ask some questions of you, I said to them because a big part of my plan depends on their answers. Yes, Sensei, you can ask anything, Chloe said without waiting a moment. Hinata also nodded shortly after her. Well, I want to know your plans. I mean, what will you do now? Because my getting reincarnated as a primordial demon has already changed some things, what will you do in the future? Will you stay with me, or will you do what you initially planned? In other words, are you planning to stay here, or are you going to that vampire, Luminous? I asked them. Depending on their answer, I have to change my plans. Can I really stay with you, Sensei? Chloe asked, getting excited. Well, the timeline has already changed quite a bit, so I don't mind. So yes, you can stay here, I said to Chloe. Yeah, I am going to stay with Sensei, Chloe said, getting hyped up about staying with me. And what about you, Hinata? I asked her. I will go to Luminous-sama, she said without thinking. Well, if you want, then you can go. I gave her my approval. Wait, if Hinata were to go to Luminous, then it's possible to match the timeline. It's like instead of Chloe, Hinata will approach Luminous. Regarding Veldora attacking her country, I will think of something for that. Ciel, do you have any idea about this situation? Yes, Master. To substitute for Veldora attacking Luminous's country, Master can fight with Veldora. In the crossfire between Master and Veldora, her nation will get destroyed, and Master will defeat Veldora instead of Hinata. Then, Hinata can spread a rumor that Master has defeated Veldora, and because of the fight, Veldora is exhausted and staying inside your force. Later, we can do things like how it happened in the other timeline. It's a brilliant plan, Ciel. You are the best. You can praise me more, Master. Yes, you're the best in the world, Ciel, and that's why I love you. Thank you, Master. Happy and proud noises. Hey, you guys, I have a plan. Would you like to hear it? I asked them. If everything goes according to plan, then I will be able to make Tempest. What is it, Sensei? Chloe asked, and Hinata also gestured for me to continue. Well, I was thinking that now Hinata is planning to go towards Luminous. So, how about this? Instead of Chloe going towards Luminous, Hinata will go and warn Luminous about Veldora's attack. And regarding Veldora's rampage, instead of that, Veldora and I will fight at the exact time when Veldora should have gone on a rampage. Later, I will defeat Veldora. Then, Hinata can spread a rumor saying that because Veldora is fighting someone, he is exhausted and resting inside the Jura forest. In this way, the events will happen just like they should, but with some changes here and there. And after 300 years, I will make Veldora disappear and start to create my nation. I propose my plan to them. This is a good plan, Sensei. In this way, everything will happen like in the other timeline, and I will be able to stay with you too. So, I agree with Sensei's plan. Chloe gave her approval. Hinata seems to be in deep thought. So, are you saying that even if Veldora is now under your control and you can prevent him from going on a rampage, you still want to proceed with your plan and cause the destruction of Luminous-sama's country? She asked me, her tone filled with uncertainty. I am puzzled by her question. Yes and no. Veldora is not under my control, and he doesn't go on rampages anymore. However, I still intend to proceed with my plan. I couldn't care less about someone else's country. If they stand in my way, I'll crush them, I explained. Isn't it obvious? Here in this world, the main and primordial rule is survival of the fittest. In other words, the strong will live, and the weak will die. Note. After spending so much time in the cardinal world, Rimuru has accepted the survival of the fittest rule, and has come to terms with the idea that the strong will live, and the weak will die. How could you say things like that? Don't you care about the lives of innocent people? Don't you care about others? How ruthless are you exactly? She said it coldly, her voice increasing with each word. I don't care about others. To me, only those who are connected with me and those who have a bond with me are important. I only care about them. As for others, they are not my problem. I replied. The tension in the room was escalating. If that's the case, then I have to stop you before you can do anything, she declared, grabbing Chloe's rapier and pointing it towards me. I see, so she is one of those people who saw themselves as heroes, assigned by the gods to save humanity. They believed they could overcome any obstacle with sheer belief in themselves. But the truth was far from that. In reality, the villain often emerged victorious in a fight because, while a hero fought for everyone in the world, a villain fought for those who were important to them. This gave the villain a greater goal and a stronger will than the hero. She was becoming overconfident. I needed to show her that I was not someone she could order around. I had to bring her back to reality before it was too late, or else one day I might have to kill her. Listen, you insolent woman. Here in this world, the first and primordial rule is survival of the fittest. In other words, the strong will live, and the weak will die. And I am the strong one here, which means I will do what I want. I am not some kind of hero who protects everyone. A hero is the kind of person who protects everyone, while a villain is the kind of person who will do whatever he wants to achieve his goal, and to protect the people who are important to him. But in real life, a villain always wins over a hero, because he has a greater goal and a stronger will than a hero. That's why I chose to become a villain over a hero. I have some important people that I want to protect and will protect them no matter what. Actually, it doesn't matter what I choose because, no matter what, I will do what I want, and no one will come in my path. If someone is against me, then I'll crush them without any mercy and make them suffer for eternity. I'll make them suffer until they start to beg for their deaths, but even then, I won't let them go. Also, if you are forgetting, let me remind you that I am a demon lord and not some kind of hero. I am being nice to you only because of Chloe here. So don't consider my kindness my weakness, because a kind person is more terrifying than a cruel one. Third person Pav. Rimuru spoke in an icy cold voice while releasing a fraction of his ore, which was more than 5 times bigger than Veldor's ore. To safeguard the world, Ciel ensured that no destruction would occur due to Rimuru's actions. However, Ciel allowed certain events to unfold, including Hinata's death. When Rimuru released his ore, Hinata perished instantly, and Chloe was on the verge of fainting. Rimuru's trusty partner, Ciel, revived Hinata and manipulated reality to ensure they would survive and remain conscious during Rimuru's discourse, albeit barely. As Rimuru unleashed his ore, the entire world felt as if a colossal monster had been unleashed, threatening to erase their existence. Disasters ravaged the world. Earthquakes, tsunamis, volcano eruptions, tornadoes, and more. The chaos signaled to everyone that the chaos creator was angry, warning them to beg for their lives and flee to safety. It seemed to convey a message to everyone. The chaos creator was enraged, and if they wished to survive, they must plead and flee for their lives or face destruction at the hands of the chaos creator. However, only 7 individuals understood that Rimuru was the cause of this chaos, and that he was currently furious. These individuals were Velzard, Velgrynd, Velzard, Guy, milf, Rammus, and Dino. Sensing the disturbance, Velzard, Velgrynd, milf, Rammus, Guy, and Velzard immediately departed towards Rimuru to assess the situation, hoping to calm him down, as an angry Rimuru posed a threat to the world. The exception among them was Dino, who remained lazy and unmoved, despite knowing it was Rimuru causing the chaos. Meanwhile, in the room where Rimuru was present, 2 out of 4 individuals were terrified. Hinata and Chloe found themselves in a state of fear. Chloe feared Rimuru's current demeanor. He appeared cold and angry, a stark contrast to the calm and cheerful Rimuru she knew. She had witnessed Rimuru's anger before, particularly when Veldor was taken by Rudra, and Rimuru confronted 2 true dragons alone. She had long understood that Rimuru was not to be trifled with. Moreover, this version of Rimuru was stronger than anyone else, infinitely so, which only heightened Chloe's apprehension. The leaking aura emanating from Rimuru failed to alleviate her fears. However, Chloe found solace in the fact that Rimuru's anger was not directed at her. She knew that Rimuru might be angry with Hinata, but he would never harm her. This realization provided some relief. If only Chloe knew more about Rimuru's true intentions. But in the worst condition is Hinata. The leaking aura directed towards her made her go insane, feeling like she could die at any moment. She didn't understand why she was the only one experiencing this sensation-killing intent and oppressive pressure while nothing else was happening. Only she knew that Ciel was the one who altered reality to ensure she would survive this ordeal without losing her life or sanity. Ciel did this because she knew that if Rimuru acted out of anger and regretted his actions later, he would become depressed. Ciel couldn't tolerate that prospect. To Ciel, Hinata's life was as insignificant as how humans view a fly or mosquito a mere annoyance. If only Hinata knew how insignificant her life was to others. Chapter 28. Reaction to my outburst and future plans. Diablo Pav. Oh, my great lord, what have I done to deserve the opportunity to witness this side of you? Truly, now I feel immensely blessed. Ah, what a sight to behold. Such power, such majestic appearance, truly, a beautiful sight to witness. After seeing this side of my lord, only a few words come to mind. Attractive, pretty, handsome, good-looking, nice-looking, pleasing, alluring, prepossessing, as pretty as a picture, lovely, charming, delightful, appealing, engaging, winsome, ravishing, gorgeous, heavenly, stunning, arresting, glamorous, irresistible, bewitching, beguiling, graceful, elegant, exquisite, aesthetic, artistic, decorative, magnificent, bonny, hottest, divine, drop-dead gorgeous. Fashionable, bettable, easy on the eye, fit, smashing, cute, divine beauty, divine spunky, beauteous, majestic appearance, and many more. Ah, my lord, this is truly a beautiful sight to behold. I made the right decision not to kill this human when she was disrespecting my lord. I feel blessed. Veldor Pav. This is bad. Really, really bad. Why is Rimuru releasing so much ore? What happened? I need to do something. Wait, is he angry or what? Should I ask Ciel? Yeah, I'll do that. Ciel. Ciel. You there? Veldur. No response. Ciel. Damn it, why is she not responding? Hey, Ciel, please listen to me. If you answer me, then I'll make Rimuru go swimming, and there you can take his pictures to add to your collection. So, please answer me. Veldur. Deal. Ciel. You were just baiting me, weren't you? Veldur. I don't know what you're saying. Now, what do you want to ask? Ciel in an innocent voice. Just tell me, why is bro releasing this much of his ore? Veldur. Master is trying to put someone in their place, that's why, to intimidate that person, Master is releasing his ore. Ciel. That's it. He isn't angry, right? Veldur. Master is not that angry. He is only a little angry, but I have the situation under control, so there is no need to worry. Ciel. I am not worried or anything. I was just thinking that if he is angry, then maybe we can fight, and I will be able to show him some of my moves. That's it, there's nothing more. Yeah, nothing more. Veldur. I know. Now I am recording Master acting cool, so don't disturb me, you dragon. Ciel, with the last part in a scary voice. Yes ma'am. I am also coming there. Veldur. Do whatever you want. Just don't interrupt me again. Ciel. I should go and see this for myself and show everyone my mighty power by fighting Rimuru. Because I, the great storm dragon Velzard-Tempest, am the strongest dragon alive. Milf. Why is Rimuru releasing his ore? Noder. Does he want me to come towards him? Noder. Does he want to fight me? Noder. Or did he make something delicious for food? Noder. This is so confusing. Noder. Why didn't he just send me a thought communication? Should I just go to him? Yes, I will just go and see what he is doing. And I can eat something delicious too. Noder. Wait, Rimuru, I am coming. Note. Guys, I swear on your name that when I was writing, I didn't intend for this sentence to sound double meaning. I swear honestly, please believe me. Eyes pop. What is happening? Why is Rimuru releasing his ore like this? Is he angry? I don't want to see an angry Rimuru again. Why did I take that offer from Vinava and become the mediator of this world? And why is my head hurting all of a sudden? Damn you, Rimuru. Why does it have to be me who always faces an angry Rimuru? And if Rimuru is there, then that also means Ciel will be there, and I don't want to see her ever again. Not after what she did to me. She tortured me for who knows how long. Even I wouldn't torture anyone like that, not even my enemy. Should I take Velzard with me? Yeah, it would be a good idea. If I am correct, then they have a good relationship with each other. And Velzard once said to me that they are friends with benefits. Yeah, it would be a good idea. I should definitely ask her to come with me. Velzard, do you want to come with me? I am going to Rimuru's place. I hope she says yes, or else I'll have to face him alone. Damn you, Vinava, why did you choose me as the mediator? And why is my fucking head hurting? I am a fucking spiritual being. It's all because of Rimuru. Velzard's pav. Did Rimuru get angry or what? Why is he releasing his ore? There must be some reason or something, or else he would never do something like this. He is not Veldur, after all. Should I go and see what he's doing or what? Velgrynd must have sensed him too, because I can feel that she is preparing to leave for him. I should leave too. This will be a good chance to make Velgrynd confess to him, and I can also have some fun with Rimuru. Yes, I should definitely go. Velzard, do you want to come with me? I am going to Rimuru's place. Guy asked. He is going too. This will be good, now I have a good reason. Yes, let's go and see what's going on with him. As I told him, we prepared to leave. Velgrynd's pav. This is unusual. He never did that before. It's his first time releasing his ore like that. Did Veldur do something to make him angry? I should go and visit him. And I want to spend a good night with Rimuru too. And if I were to go to Rimuru, then Sister Velzard would most likely sense me, and then she would follow me. She will just come in between me and Rimuru if she comes to him at the same time I go. This will be a problem. What to do? I know if she comes there, then I'll have a chance to make her confess to Rimuru. Yeah, this is a good chance. I can make her confess when we're having sex. During sex, she always says things that she doesn't want to. This will be a good opportunity for me. Haha. Just you wait, sister. Rodra, I am going somewhere, and I won't be back for at least a week. I said to Rodra. Wait, where are you? He was going to say something, but I took off. Wait, Rimuru, I am coming. Note. Again, no double meaning. Bammer's pav. Whoa, what is going on? Why is my labyrinth shaking? Is the world finally going to end? I didn't even get to use my 48 moves on Dino yet. Why is the world ending this early? I didn't even have fun with Master Veldur yet. And not even eat that much food made by Rimuru too. Wait, Rimuru I recognize this ore. This ore belongs to Rimuru. Why is he releasing his ore like this? Is he finally going to destroy this world? I don't want to die yet. Not this early. No, Rammus, don't think that. He will never do something like that. Yeah, he never will, right? Right. Yeah, I know he will never. Hahaha. He must have some reason to do that, or else he won't do something like this. He's a gentleman, after all, and he always treats me equally and is friendly, not someone like Dino, who always tries to pick a fight with me. I should show him my 48 moves at the next wall purchase. Then he won't be doing this again. No, focus, Rammus, focus. Yeah, I should go to Jura Forest and see what is going on. Yeah, I should definitely do that, and after that, I can read some secret text with Master and return this secret text that I have already completed reading, and then I can borrow some new ones too. No, focus, Rammus, focus. You are going there to see what is going on. Yeah, let's go. Dino Pav. How did someone just think of me? An. He just woke up. Lucky lazy bastard. Wait, what is going on here? Why is Daggeral's place shaking? Who is releasing this much power? Oh no, it's Rimuru. He is the one who is releasing his ore. What happened to him? Should I go? No, definitely not. If I go there, then he will definitely give me work, and worst of all, I have to do that work. Yup, it's decided, I am not going anywhere. Yes, I am not going anywhere. I can sleep in this situation too. Then there is no problem. I am not going anywhere. Yeah. No. Now let's sleep again. ZZZZZZZZZZZZ. Back to Rimuru, third person Pav. After saying that, he stopped for a moment and looked towards Chloe and Hinata, his oars still leaking. Upon stopping, he turned his gaze towards Hinata. When his shining golden eyes fell upon her, her body exploded like a balloon, and she died instantly. This happened because the pressure that emanated from his gaze fixed on Hinata was too much for her. Her body was already on the verge of giving up, and when he looked at her, the power radiating from his eyes destroyed her body and soul completely. Satisfied with the results, he then looked towards Diablo, who was beside Hinata. Diablo shivered and kneeled in the billionth time of a split second. Diablo had appeared near Hinata when she started shouting at him, and he was going to kill her. But after considering what Rimuru's reaction might be to his actions, Diablo stopped. Before Diablo kneeled, he wore an expression of pure ecstasy. Observers might say that he had just experienced an orgasm and was very pleased and satisfied with it. And even I don't know how I am writing this. Seeing the expression on Diablo's face, Rimuru shivered and averted his eyes as fast as he could. When his gaze fell on Chloe, she also shivered. Seeing her in this state, Rimuru regained his senses and retracted his oar. Hahaha, sorry about that, Chloe. I just lost my cool there. Hahaha, Rimuru said awkwardly. There's no need to worry, sensei. It happens to everyone. And Hinata-ni is also at fault here. Chloe said, trying to compose herself. Yeah, you're right, I should revive her. Rimuru said that and revived Hinata again. Ha! What happened? Hinata woke up and analyzed herself. As memories of what happened a few moments ago returned to her, she started to shake violently. Her eyes betrayed her fear. They were full of it, as if she had seen her death. Sorry about that. I got carried away. Please forgive me. Hinata kneeled and said this to Rimuru. From others' points of view, she looked like she was begging for her life. Please, sensei, let her go this time. Chloe said it to Rimuru in the cutest way possible. Yeah, Rimuru-san, please let her go. Chrono also said it in a mature way. Fine, because of what you are saying, that's why I am letting you go this time. But if you do something like this again, then I'll show no mercy to you. Rimuru said to Hinata one last time, giving her a bone-chilling glare. And his shining golden eyes instilled fear in Hinata's very own soul. Rimuru Pav. Well, that was quite a show. But I have to remind her where she belongs, or else she will be a real pain in the ass. Master, you look very cool there. Thanks for the compliment, dear. Master, after analyzing Chloe, I have found out that she and her ultimate skill are now in perfect condition to evolve. She only needs one final push. So now you want to evolve her and her ultimate skill? Yes. Seriously, why do you want to evolve every person that we encounter? Evolving them is not going to harm us in any way, Master. Also, it's my hobby. Hi. But seriously, did you really have to analyze her? Yes. Do you have any problems with it? No, ma'am. So anyway, what is her ultimate skill? She has the ultimate skill Space-Time King, Yog Sothoth. And the next evolution of this skill will be Space-Time God, Yog Sohertz. So her next skill will be God series skill, and in that, a Lovecraft series skill. It's interesting. I'll ask her. So in order to evolve her, she needs one more push, huh? Then, how about if I gave her a fight where she had to give her all and break her limits? Would she be able to evolve? Yes. I see. Then I'll ask her to fight me later. But sensei, there's a problem, Chloe said it abruptly. Now what? I asked her. It's really starting to get interesting. When we went to Luminous for the first time, we always had a reason to approach her and connect with her, and later we always became friends. But this time, because you are here, the timeline has changed quite a bit. Then how will Hinata and approach Luminous? Chloe asked me. That's a valid question. Wait, I have an answer for that question. Hey Ciel, before you said something like this vampire Luminous possesses a demon lord seed, right? Yes, master. Okay, that's the solution to the problem. If Hinata takes souls from me and gives them to Luminous, then she will have a reason to approach Luminous. How about this, then? I know that Luminous possesses a demon lord seed, so how about I give Hinata enough souls to evolve Luminous into a true demon lord, and Hinata can take those souls, and give them to Luminous to start a friendship with her. I proposed my idea. That's a good idea. Chronoa also agreed with me. Now the only one left is Hinata. I am okay with it, Hinata said it hurriedly when we both looked towards her. Okay, then that's settled. Here, take these souls, Hinata. As I said that, Hinata came towards me. Ciel made enough souls to evolve Luminous into a true demon lord. Yes, master. These are 50,000, 50k, souls. I think this amount will be enough. It will be enough for her. And I don't know how many souls are needed for others to evolve, so I wrote a random number that came to mind. As I gave her a crystal, which is specially created to store souls, after taking the souls, she looked towards me and bowed once again. Thank you for this. I owe you this one. She said that, returned to her seat, and started to prepare to leave. What? Are you leaving already? Why don't you stay for some more time? Chloe said to Hinata, but to her question, Hinata politely declined. I should give her a weapon or something, because right now she doesn't have any weapons. Hey Hinata, take this with you. Think of this as a parting gift from me. I said as I gave her a mythical grade sword that I just made. It doesn't have a name yet, so you can give whatever name you want to this sword. I said to her. She bowed once again, gave a grateful smile, and left. But she only stayed quiet more and had a little less arrogance, then maybe I'd like her. I think because of my little stunt from earlier, she left as early as possible. I said this to no one in particular. Well, if I were in her place, then I would also do the same thing. Chronoa said to me. I think you are right. I said to her, and now that I look closely, she has a mask. I wonder what kind of mask it is. Because of the information that I got from my other variant, I also got some information about that mask. It was given to my other variant by Shizue-sen. Chloe, can you show me your mask? I asked Chloe. Yes, sensei, here, take it, she said, and gave it to me. Actually, I am interested in this mask. This mask has special abilities, like suppressing one's power completely, and it transcends time. This mask also looks cool. I wonder how I will look in this mask. Hey Chloe, can I make a copy of this mask for myself? I asked her. I really want to use this mask. I can bet that in this mask, I will look very cool. Yeah, why not? She gave her approval. Okay then. Ciel, make a copy of this mask and make it strong enough that it will completely suppress my leaking aura, magicules, and a healthy energy that I sometimes release unconsciously. Also, let it bathe in my aura and a healthy energy for a little amount of time. Okay, master. Also, make Chloe's mask stronger and more durable. Okay, a new mask for master has been made. Also Chloe's mask has been made stronger and more durable than before. Now, it has become a mythical grade mask, and master's new mask is a Genesis grade mask. Cool. Sigh. I am not acting childish. I never said that you were acting childish. Oh, sorry about that. Hahaha. Now you are starting to act childish. It's just your imagination. Haha, one victory for me. Here, take this. My work with your mask is finished, and I made your mask stronger, I said to Chloe as I returned her mask. Thank you, sensei, she gave me a hug while thanking me. Now everything is done. I should ask her for a duel. Now that everything is done, how about this, why don't we have a duel? You have been calling me sensei for a while, so I would like to test you and see if you have any flaws or not. Let's have a duel, I said to her. She seems in deep thought. Well, why are they all coming here? Is there something going on that I am not aware of? I would like to do that, sensei. Chloe said after thinking a little. Yeah, me too, but it seems that we have some guests coming. I said to her. And now she is confused. Here they come. 3, 2, 1. Boom thud.